Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I am just going to do a quick sit down video. I'm gonna keep it nice and short and concise, but we are officially under 12 weeks out. I do have to go and do the school run, so I promise you this is going to be short and concise. I haven't done one of my longer prep updates in a while. I've just been rolling out little short daily vlogs, which you'll find in my shorts or on my Instagram or TikTok. But I thought I'd do a sit down one. So if you've ever been on prep before, you'll know that when you get to the 12 weeks, it's like when the shit gets real, basically. So normally people do like between, I'd say on average, a 20 week, a 16 week or a 12 week prep, basically. My journey has been a bit different this time because I've been dieting since the end of the summer holidays, so September time. So, and I'm competing the end of March. So I guess mine is, by the time I compete, I'm gonna have dieted for about 6 months. So how many weeks is that? About 36 weeks. But obviously I was in a different position. And we've been taking it slow and steady. And so just little updates. I saw my coach in person a few weeks ago, just before Christmas, and she gave the go ahead for stage. Obviously, I've been checking in with her every week with videos and pictures and like my general check-ins of like my weight drops, my measurements, etc. But she has to give you the go ahead in person, really, because you could look a bit different in person. That go ahead is not set in stone. So if I go completely off the rails now or whatever, or I don't look ready, what I love about my coach is she will tell you like you're not ready to step on stage, which obviously protects you as an athlete. Nobody wants to go on stage not ready. Like, she's just a very honest coach. But I have all the faith in the world that I will be ready. So we've got 12 weeks. My calories have pretty much stayed the same since September when I've been dieting. I think after like the first few weeks of dieting and I wasn't seeing any change, we had a drop then. Just because we was trying to find like where I would be in a deficit. And then since then I have coasted through, losing steadily, and we've now had our first calorie drop. So if you follow me on Instagram, etc., you will know that I have been on holiday. So I managed to stay completely on plan at Christmas, Boxing Day. I just took my own meals. I macro tracked everything. And I know that sounds depressing to some people, but I just have my eyes on the prize. I'm so focused on competing again that it didn't bother me. It didn't bother my family that I was with. Like, me being present and just eating what I wanted to eat was completely fine. And I think people on prep approach Christmas differently. Some people will have it as an off-plan day, and that is completely fine. If your coach has given you the go-ahead to have like a 500 calorie bump or a refeed or treat it as a cheat day, then that's fine. Do what you feel comfortable with. Other people on prep want to keep the same routine, and that's a bit like me, just because it feels better mentally to be ticking the boxes. And what I had to be mindful of is I've just been on holiday for a week to Lanzarote. Look, I've got a tan. And whilst I took my own food there, I did have some stuff at the buffet in the evening, mostly like vegetables and salads, which would have had extra salt and extra oil on. So I am 1.4 pounds up since coming back from holiday, which isn't ideal when you're in prep. You want to be seeing the scale go down, but obviously it's not the end of the world. I think we were like a bit ahead of schedule anyway. So now, first calorie drop. I'm not going to go into what my calories are, but they're not super, super, super low that I've had to go to before on prep. They're not like worryingly low, if that makes sense. They're like pretty standard prep calories, but I'm not one of these lucky girls that can prep on high calories. I mean, I'm not short, I'm not tall, I'm kind of average height. I'm very active. Like, I like do so many steps in the day, but my body just can't diet on the high calories. So where we are now is perfectly comfortable. Low cardio still. So I do 30 minutes a day, low intensity, no like hit or anything like that. So it's all going well. I feel good, don't feel tired, don't feel hungry. And I'm ready to embrace the calorie drop because I'm just so determined to make it to stage again. No other news really, apart from the calorie drop. I'm seeing my coach again on Sunday for posing. Before I went on holiday, I was nailing my posing practice and I felt like I'd made so much progress and got better. I didn't really do much on holiday. I did like maybe a few drills at the end of my workouts. And since I've been back to it, and I feel like I've took about 100 steps back. But it'll be good to see coach on Sunday and then just practice. So these 12 weeks, like everything to me is going to revolve, obviously, my son, my family, but competing. Obviously, I still want to have a social life. I'll be going for coffees with my friends, etc. And people have been understanding that like my brain is focused on competing. I was supposed to have my bikini consultation on Monday, but it's been snowing in the UK and the lady that I've gone with couldn't make it to her studio to like show me the fabric colours. So that's been rearranged till next Monday. And to be honest, I have been annoying every single person around me because I can't decide. So it'll be good to see the fabrics. I'm torn between two colours. I think I will end up getting 2 different bikinis. So my plan for the season is I have competed twice before, 2018 and 2019, and I only did 1 show each season and I was one and done. I don't know how people are rolling out like 20 shows a season, week in, week out, like dieting forever. I was lucky when I competed in 2018 with 2 bros, there was no such thing as regionals. So the show that I did was a pro qualifier. And that was great. And then 2019, they had just changed the rules that you had to do a regional, but there was no regional before my Alicante show. So I managed to not have to do a regional again. And obviously Alicante was amateur Olympia, so pro qualifier. So that was the deal with that. This time I am doing March 28th, 2 bros, which is a regional show. So the rule is if in your country they have a regional before a pro qualifier, you have to do the regional. And what I didn't realise is I'm a natural athlete, so I wanted to compete in naturals, but the naturals aren't until July and I don't want to wait that long. But I thought if I did an open regional, I would be able to do a natural pro qualifier later on in the year, but nope, you have to do a natural regional if you're doing a natural pro qualifier, or an open regional if you're doing an open pro qualifier. So my plan of action is March 28th, regional show, Fitmodel. 2 weeks later, there is April the 11th, pro qualifier, 2 bros again, in the UK. And it's just so hard because I don't know so I know for sure I am not gonna ever be competitive in bikini at the moment. This year, I will never be competitive in bikini. Potentially natural bikini, but probably not. Fitmodel is still such a new category. It's hard to know exactly what they're looking for. So I'm like, am I going to be competitive in Fitmodel? All I can do is bring my best and I'll be happy. So my plan is to do the Fitmodel on March the 28th, but the pro qualifier is then 2 weeks later. One, will I have my feedback from the show within 2 weeks? Probably, I don't know, we might get it in 7 to 10 days. They are quite speedy at giving you feedback, but it's not like instant. I suppose you can wait around at the end of a show for feedback, I think. Obviously, if I win a medal, which would be great in that show, it gives me some indication that, oh, like you do fit in the Fitmodel category, it's worth doing that pro qualifier 2 weeks later. If I don't win a medal, it could just be that the other girls were better than me on the day, but I could still Fitmodel, or it could be that they don't see me in Fitmodel, if that makes sense. But 2 weeks isn't long to know whether I'm doing that pro qualifier, but I think I probably will do it. But I think I will wear the same bikini for both of those shows. Then if all does go well and I get good feedback, like I'm not trying to go pro this season, by the way, but I don't want to do a show, like obviously if I did go pro, that would be epic, but I don't feel like I'm going to be like that competitive. I just want to bring my best and do my best. But if those 2 shows go well, and I feel like I want to maybe do another pro qualifier, then I've got 2 that I've got my eye on later on in the year that are both in a different country. But obviously I need to do that regional first. And the 2 later on in the year, that is when I would wear the second colour bikini. So I'm still torn between colours, but yeah, we'll see. I'll keep you updated when I have my bikini consultation. I have ordered new shoes. My shoes are perfectly fine. They are dirty, they are disgusting, but my foot goes on top of the dirty bit, so the judges wouldn't see. But because I practice in them so often, the fabric like scrunches up a bit, which gets a bit annoying. So I just thought, heaven forbid my shoes should break because they are old now. At least I'll have a spare pair. So obviously when the new pair come, I will just wear them in and then keep them for show probably, and just keep practicing in the old pair. But at least I've got 2 pairs. I did also get a second-hand Fitmodel bikini. I was lucky to find one. It's not really one that I would ever consider wearing because the bottoms are quite big. So when they released Fitmodel criteria, they wanted like modest coverage of your glutes, and it looks like a nappy. It's horrible. The girls since have been pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. The same happened with bikini, and the bikini girls are now in like tiny thongs, aren't they? But it's got to the point now where I think some of the Fitmodel girls are like pushing it a bit. I don't think anyone's ever been called up on it, and obviously the smaller bottoms look better because you're showing more of your glutes. It looks better, so obviously that's what I want. But I do feel like at some point they might get finicky with it and be like someone's going to be the first person, aren't they, that the judges are like, them bottoms are too short. So I just wanted a spare bikini and I can practice in it. And again, it will be like absolute emergency bikini to wear if heaven forbid anything happened. So that puts my mind at rest a bit, but it's not one that I would wear. I'll just probably use it for posing. Anything else to update you with? So I think I told you I was taking that inositol supplement to help with my ovulation pain, and it fixed it. But since I was taking it, my last period, the period before last, was so light, it was basically non-existent. The next period, so last period, was 8 days late, and this period is 7 days late. And obviously it's impossible to know whether it was to do with the inositol I was taking or because I'm on prep, and I do always lose my period sadly on prep. It's like impossible to know, but it's not ideal. I don't want to lose my period, so I've stopped taking the inositol now, because even though it fixed my ovulation pain, I was getting random like ovary pain throughout the month that wasn't great anyway, so it swings and roundabouts, and I'd rather just try and keep my periods. So I've stopped that, but obviously my scan and everything came back all fine. I've got, the doctors asked for a blood test near the end of January, but I don't know what they're testing. I assume my iron, so I'll let you know how that goes. And I did order a progesterone blood test at home to do myself, but you have to take it on day 21 of your cycle. And now, because my cycles are so messed up, I don't know when on earth day 21 of my cycle is, so trying to figure that out. And that's everything really. So 12 weeks, less than 12 weeks now. It's 11 and a half weeks because it's Wednesday. I've got my makeup sorted. Luckily, one of my teammates is a makeup artist and she was planning to go to the show anyway. But I do need to book April the 11th. I think Danielle Spencer's there. So that would be good. Because my first show when I'm competing is Arnold UK's the same weekend. So everyone's going to be focused on that, aren't they? But yeah, all in all, that's the update. Calories dropped, but feeling fine. Sleep's fine, recovery's fine, training's fine. I'm happy and I'm just super excited to do the next 12 weeks. So thanks for watching. I promise I have got this ready for tonight I want to improve my content basically. So I'm going to not do sit down vlogs and just ramble at you for 15 minutes. I'm going to try and do educational, fun, inspiring content. But thank you for your support.